Hi, my name is John, the hypnotherapist. Most people call me John the hypnotherapist, John McClucky. And with this session, I'm so lucky to be a hypnotherapist. I just love it. Because I never know, in these kind of sessions, the longer sessions, I never know what's going to happen. I never know who's going to come through. Sometimes it's a higher self, sometimes it's a guide. Sometimes it could be a passed over loved one. My job is just to open the door and just see what happens and keep the client nice and safe and nice and calm. And this one, because I never know what's going to happen, sometimes they catch me off guard sometimes. So with this one, almost instantly, as soon as she closed her eyes, she could feel 15 Arcturians around her. So I didn't actually press record because I was still trying to relax the body in that. And she said, oh, there's 15 Arcturians around. And she had really chronic back pain. So at the beginning, when I hit the start button, they were already talking about it because that's what they wanted to focus on pretty much instantly. She said, oh, there's 15 Arcturians around, and they're going into my stomach, into my sacrum. And she said, this is the cause of my back pain. She said, but they're filtering it back, but it's actually this amber light. But you'll hear the whole healing process and what caused it, who caused it, what happened there. The Arcturians talk about a spell that was put on her, which was pretty interesting. So the beauty about this was that the client didn't know anything about Arcturians before. She doesn't know their role, so she's going to go home and do a lot of Googling and a lot of research on them. But they explained who they were and what their relationship to her was and her role. She found out a lot of answers, which is basically my role. So my role as a hypnotherapist is to make sure that the client's nice and safe, nice and relaxed, get the monkey mind out of the way for a moment and just put them in full connection. So with these sessions, my job is to get them eventually to a place where they've got full connection with their higher self or their guides or crossed over loved one, some different aspect that's out there that's not in a human body, so to speak. But I don't know how quick that's going to happen because sometimes it happens like this and it's just instant. So, and then all I've got to do is hold the space. So basically in this session, she was basically, because she was fully conscious and aware, so she was kind of here and the Arcturians were up there and she was asking her own questions and they were answering her while they were healing the body, which is beautiful because if you listen to it, I think that I said maybe 5 words, maybe 10 words throughout the whole session. So, which is quite fun. But I get a front row seat to this. So, and I want to thank the client too so much for sharing it. So I hope it helps a lot of people. And like I say, with all my sessions, if you kind of close your eyes and if you can kind of just sink into it, well then who knows? Hopefully you'll get a feeling that they can be working on your body and heal your body a little bit as well. But thank you so much for watching. And if you ever want to get hold of me, if you ever want to have any kind of session, I'm very lucky because I'm a professional hypnotherapist. So I can get people to stop vaping, stop smoking, and it takes me about 45 minutes. It's really quick, really easy, and it can be the best thing. Or if you're suffering from anxiety or know somebody who's suffering from anxiety, those are really easy for me to deal with, and they don't even take that long. That's why I say I'm very lucky and very blessed to do this as a living. Got a very good reputation out there. But I'm pretty easy to find, so all you have to do is just Google John McClucky, Gold Coast Hypnotherapy, and you'll find me. And with the clinical sessions, I can do them anywhere around the world. It makes no difference at all. So Anyway, with this one, this is very much a spiritual one, which is super fun and super interesting. So thank you so much for watching and listening, and I really hope you enjoy it and get something out of it.
It's like a drop of not a drop, but it's like a flame. Let's say it's like a flame.
Mm-hmm.
So it is in the shape of a modern device, like a radio, like a device where we can communicate. So what they are expressing is that they have placed there it's like a seed. It's for me to connect with them on a telepathic level, but somehow there is a misalignment between my aura and chakra that is elevated. So from my waist upwards, I can easily connect with them, but from my waist downwards to my feet, I am stuck in a 3D dimension. There is a misalignment between like 5D is the top of my body and 3D is the lower body. So that's why
it's from your hips down kind of thing.
Yes, the hips down is 3D and the hips up is 5D. This is why it's been so painful, because it's like all the ligaments and muscles are stretched and tensed and pulled outwards like that.
Mm-hmm.
I have to show with my hands. It's like if energy is leaking. You see, they show me that energy should go like from a tree. Oh, it's making me dizzy. Energy should flow harmoniously, so I can see energy come from my right foot, go up to my head, and then the energy goes down back to my left foot. But with me, because of this misalignment, it's like my body is two bodies. So around my waist, where I've had all these weird tensions, it's like energy is, I can see it, it's like leaking. Imagine you have a gas leak, but you can actually see visually the gas. It's coming out like that it's going outwards all over the belt. Imagine a belt, and it's going outwards like that, and it's a massive loss. And they say that we need to fix this today, because I know they don't experience emotions like we do, but they say that it's a shame, because if I don't experience this loss of energy, I can achieve more, I can be more at peace, and I can connect, because they say that now they've come to Earth because hundreds and millions of souls are being contacted by Arcturians. There are other species around the universe that contact other humans, but it's all, they come to me because it resonates. I resonate with them. I'm not sure that my soul family comes from that plane Arcturian. I feel like my soul family is Arya, and I can see all the universes. Mine is positioned more to the top left, but there's been in time, and there is no such thing as time, but there's been a connection, a telepathic connection between my soul group Arya and Arcturians. It's like we're a satellite of that planet, but they show me the fire. The fire is the energy. It's orange, red, it's beautiful, it's bright, it's very intelligent, it's very advanced. And I'm asking, why do I have this on my sacrum? I have this in my bones now, but I think they say that it's the way they decided to contact me, but the place they chose, or I chose, or it ended up here in my body, which is not the right place. So what we'll have to do today is take this energy center that is my radio, let's say it's the radio for me to connect with them, and they say that I will connect with them on a daily basis in the future, so much more frequently. But now this radio station or center needs to be shifted up my spine, it needs to move, and it needs to go through my throat chakra, and because something's wrong there with my throat. I mean, nothing serious, but it's the expression. I hold too much information. I don't want to hurt people's feeling, but sometimes I should express what I think more, because actually it will help others. So something must be realigned there, and then it will travel to my third eye. It is orange radio station, and eventually it will be positioned on the top of my aura, and from there on the radio station is free. So now I'm a radio station. Yeah, and I can actually then contact with them, or they can contact with me, especially when I sleep as well, to download messages. It's going to be so much easier, because right now they say, only if I'm close to the water, if I'm having a bath, they can be around me, or if I walk my dog and I'm barefoot in the sand, it's the water conducts the energy, so they could talk to me only during these specific moments. But if my radio station goes up there, they can contact me at any time, which will be the new Earth, because they say that there is a split, there is like a shedding. The Earth is really going into the 5D, and they show me a lot of people are right now suffering. So they show me the mental suffering, they show me the nervous system is fragile, they show me that they have massive problems with sleep. So sometimes they're overtired but they cannot sleep, sometimes they want to sleep during the day, they can't sleep at night. They show me old pains from the past is being triggered. They show me a lot of migraines in people, like people are holding their heads. They show me that the center of gravity in people is tilted to the right, so they become dizzy. It's like they can't find the balance with their feet, so the center is wrong, they feel dizzy. They show me their digestive system. It's hard to digest food, or they show me that people are bloated. They show me up and down with their mood. They're very sad, depressed, they lose hope, they can't find a purpose. Then they're happy, energetic, and then they go down into being lethargic, and it can change very rapidly, even during the same day. It's like a roller coaster of emotions. Then they show me that like almost people are shedding with their skin or hair. I don't know what it represents. Their hair is all like I can feel the electromagnetic field. So the hair is standing on their head. I think when they pass those antennas, I don't know, it's something to do with mobile phones, that is not good. It's standing. So they say you need to ground yourself, put your feet in the sand. The sand's very, very good. The ocean's very, very good. They show me also the bush, the grass, and they say that there's going to be a lot of chaos coming up. They show me a burning forest, weather change. They show me earthquakes. They show me a civil war in America with the election of the president. So they show me burning towers, people trying to escape from flames and burning cars, and violence. There's so much violence. There is so much anger, and then they show me that hidden activities in the inner core of the earth, that nasty things like yuck. It's a bit like evil energy, but that is coming out to the surface, and there is a wave. They are sending waves to purify the mind, purify people's souls. There's been a lot of corruption, there's been a lot of fake news, there's been a lot of tragedies. They see show me children being hurt, women being raped. They show me soldiers being brainwashed. They show me disasters in Africa and disasters in Asia, and they show me Europe, Middle East, and even Europe not being stable. And then they show me like Western Australia. So I don't know what that means. Maybe we, as a family, we should go back to Western Australia. I don't know, but it says safe Western Australia and good vibration. But now they say to start with this session, and they thank you for this session. They say it's very important to take this radio station, and now it needs to travel, but they say I need to do something like, because it's gonna go like in an elevator, so it's gonna take, they say maybe 20 minutes. It cannot travel very fast.
Yeah.
But they say, can I ask them how can I help with the process? Okay, so they say this process is gonna be done like I'm gonna go one level at a time. Let's say I'm on ground 0 and I need to go to level 33. Let's say it's an analogy, it's an example. Yeah. But it will happen if I breathe. But while I'm doing this breathing, they say that they can help. They will stay for the whole session. So today, there is no other. That will be them, the Council of Arcturians. But you can go on with the questions, and while we process questions, sometimes they might say, "Oh, we're at level 4. Where it needs to go up to outside my body, actually to the top of my aura." So they say we've gone now slowly to level 1. So all the tension around the waistline, it's where everything was blocked. But also, they're talking about this Swiss guy with a pendulum. They put a cross on him. They say he had a very negative energy, and he was using his power like in a way that wasn't helpful. And people should never predict negative vibes on anyone, because this is like putting a spell on someone, and they call this sorcery, a bit like dark evil from the Middle Age. They said this man I had met before, so it was karma. He did try to inflict me pain somehow, and he didn't help me, and I could tell even when I was young that this was wrong. This was completely wrong. So now they say that this spell had been somehow inserted in some of my cells around my waistline, around my hips, around my sacrum, the coccyx, the tailbone. He put the spell right at the very end of the tailbone, just there, and it's like a little dark dot, and now it's time to release this spell, because it has been dormant there since I was 16, but this is not meant to be, and no one can put a spell on another human being. This won't be allowed. This will not be allowed. So now the 15 Arcturians are sending rays of light. It's like purple, yellow, orange. Oh, it's a bit like a rainbow. There's also a lot of white light. I can't express. I don't think we see this white light on Earth. It's white light from the universe, from above, from their species. This white light can dissolve any pain in the body and transform any even cancer cells can be healed if they are able to send the white light through the human bodies. We can heal anything. In the future, we're going to collaborate with them, so there'll be no more chemotherapy and radiation. That will be like old school. So they say they're gonna do it for this dark spell, but I'm asking them, well, why can't you do it just for my all the pain I've gone through? Why just this spot? And they say, oh well, everything starts from one misalignment, from one little problem, then everything is a network. So they show me that
it can ripple out.
the body is, yes, it's like networking. Everything is interconnected, and from this one problem came all the rest of the tension, and I must move my body like this. And they say, they're gonna send a light right now. So I see this white light and orange light, and what they're doing is, instead of this dark black spell, I have now a golden light in my tailbone. It's very golden, it's very beautiful, and that light can actually soothe and heal and release the tension, because they show me that all my muscles in this region were tight, like they show me a violin that has, like, the strings are very, very tight like that. They say it's time to heal this part and make it flexible. I can ask why it happened mid-March? They say everything is to do with programs. So last time I saw you, I fixed so much, and I was beautiful, and it was great. But then when the body is at peace and ready for the next journey, more physical pain or mental pain. But with me, they say my body always works through physical pain for me to make progress. Otherwise, I never progress. And I haven't signed a contract to come to this earth plane with mental pain, but I've signed a contract that sometimes I take steps forward, and the physical pain will trigger my progress. So they say the chapter had opened in mid-March, because it's all the alignment with the energy. So they show me that since 2012, since 2012, even a bit before, but especially we could feel us human species. Since 2012, the energy's been going up, but by steps. Like, they show me a pyramid. So we at the base of the pyramid, we go up again, and then we have the steps in the pyramids are large blocks. So we have time to accept the new wave of energy and adapt. And then we go up a level, and we have time to, it's like taking a breath. Feels good. Then we take a step forward. But they say, wow, at the top of the pyramid, it's steeper. It's getting steeper. Your time of your relaxing time will be shorter and shorter and shorter times, because now it's ascending. It's like really fast, this ascension. So for me, as I accepted to sign with my contract when I came here, now I'm at the final step of this pyramid. I've got maybe 20% more to go. And then this is the part that is challenging, because to walk up the 20% to reach the top of this pyramid and be in another dimension called 5D. Some old programs in myself, because I've been on Earth many times as a human, these programs, now my sinuses are all blocked, they try to hold me down. And it's to do with memories, it's to do with past life, and they say many of my lives have been quite challenging. But this one, I harvest the fruit. So this life is just beautiful for me. I'm harvesting all the hard labor for doing a lot of good. I started as a human being when I did not always do good, because I had to learn the hard way. I wasn't always... I had to experience the evil side. That they show me a coin with two sides. I experienced the darkness at the very start, and then I went quickly into the light. And I've had many, many, many lifetimes of light. So now this one, I'm going to help other people who are suffering. And they talk about waves. First wave, second wave, third wave, fourth wave, and they even talk about a fifth wave. They say I'm in the second, going to the third wave. So some people have already gone through what I'm experiencing and they're already there. Then there is second wave and I'm at the end. They show me I'm at the end of second wave. So I'm going through this now. And by 2025, that's when they show me my hands have fire in my hands. But only at the end of 2025 I can actually heal, because they say it's a big responsibility to heal others in that respect. So I am not ready yet, but they show me that this radio station that is orange in my sacrum now, it's gone to level 3, by the way, in the elevator.
Going up.
I can feel it now. They're sending already this heat. So it's here in the palm of my both hands. It's the same shape. It's like a flame. So it goes a little bit high like this. If I say a flame, it's almost like a drop of water, but with the energy of a flame. And it's in both my hands. And that's when everything will change for me. And that's when I really, really will access this 5D, but it's only in 1 year's time. And that's when I will be granted the gift, or what they call it, the gift of being a healer. It's a gift with a lot of responsibility, but by that time I will be ready and I will do the right thing by others, because you cannot take too much of their suffering onto you. They say I'm very empathetic and I could drown from trying to help too much, and I could be drained, and I need to learn how to put the right boundaries to be a pleasant and a balanced healer. They say it's all about balance, and they say this is why I've gone to the school system, is to help kids, but also to learn about my own boundaries with respect and not taking on too much. And the empathy I learned when I was a nurse and when I was a child. But now they say all of this program will end, and it will come quite rapidly. So they show me April and May next year. They show me number 4 to number 5. And they show me that the house will be sold. So they show me a money transaction. And then really I thought maybe Switzerland, but now they show me the arrow to the west. So west is Perth. But down south, where it's very natural, they say it's time to really embrace the nature and be... the mentality for me there is perfect, because it's different. And here it wasn't right. They say karma, but heavy. But it wasn't right for me. It could be right for other people. It wasn't right for me. And the family and the children and my husband. But there they say it's an alignment. So everything is aligned. They show me the vertical lines and the horizontal lines. They say that the ocean is important for me to always keep my gift active. So Switzerland has got no ocean, so that would be impossible for me to keep my gift active. They show me also the sand and the ocean and the purity of the air, and the fact that there is also in South WA less antennas and mobile phone towers, and it's more at peace, and it's important if you want to be able to heal. They show me that there is a new path opening up. It's a bit like a golden path, and it's got a lot of roots. So then they say it's also to do with communication. So they show me the throat chakra. So I don't know what I'm going to be doing, but I see that I'm using my hands and I'm healing people who are laying down. So it's a healing session. But then I don't know if I can hear sounds. I don't know if it's music or my voice or a bit of both. But there is also things that must be healed through words, because words are very, very impactful. Words, every word, every name, every sound is an energy wave, and we should always be extremely careful with the words we use and the tone of the voice. And they say that I've got all the sinuses blocked and the throat because many times in past lives I've been oppressed and I haven't been able to speak the truth or speak my truth or express my needs, but that will heal. So they say, oh, I'm at level 5 now with the elevator. They say once it goes through the throat chakra, something amazing will happen, and the sinuses, it's like a liberation that has been waiting for a long, long time to be healed. Yeah, that here has been blocked since I was 15 years old. They say because Arcturians, so I'm not sure that I think I'm from Arya, but I've got a lot of similarities. They say they
sound like they're friends.
Yeah, they are light sensitive. They struggle with smell. I think it's because they are so open and advanced that if they embark on a journey in a human body, the energy of the human body is so heavy because they show me on my feet weight that takes you down.
Very dense.
Very dense. And they say, we try to block, many try to block feeling overwhelmed because they feel so alien. Maybe I did always feel a bit alien even as a child. So sometimes they block a couple of senses or all of them or just one. I chose to block my sense of smell because I didn't want to smell the negative energy, because it's so heavy. Like the humans, I can feel that they have, I could cast a shadow around their aura. It's just fear. It's so fear-based. They show me that many people have so much fear and they don't know how to get rid of it. So I see them on their mobile phone going click, 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 click. I think they're seeking for distraction or something that gives them a rush of adrenaline, or gambling machines, or the news. They show me the news and in addiction to the drama, because they say, it's a way to escape, because if people went to their inner self, they would panic, because many people don't like to look at the mirror, see where does the fear come from? Where does it come from? It's just this heavy, it doesn't make sense. Can I ask them? Because it doesn't make sense. Why are we so heavy when the earth is so beautiful and nature is so loving and free? Because when I see nature, I feel uplifted. So why so heavy? Why are we so heavy? Well, they say that's a question that is very complicated. They show me strings of, like if every human is a puppet. They show me that this is like a simulation. So when we travel sometimes out of our bodies while we sleep, that's the real life. But when we come back to earth and live our routine on a daily basis, it's a bit like a simulation, and something in the simulation was wrong. I think it's because the negative energy has overcome for a long time the positive energy. So those strings, people are like puppets. So they have free will and they're not using it. There is a misalignment between the free will and all the beauty and the creativity of every human. Like when we see art, and when we hear music, this is the soul speaking freely, and they call it the universal language that everyone understands because it touches your heart. But then they show me that we have been brainwashed in institutions. So they show me all the long time of wars to do with religion that was a brainwashing and controlling society. And they show me all the negative stuff that happened in churches, in a church system. Religions were not used as they should have been. Then they show me parliaments and presidents, and they show me corruption where one or two groups want to have power and control over the rest of the population. And then they show me countries controlling other countries through making them live in poverty. It's like slavery. And I think this is why people have strings, because they want to be free. Everyone wants to be free, but nobody really lives in a free system. Like, even they show me the wealthy countries, people are not totally free because they're in a system where they gotta go to work, and sometimes they don't like it, and they gotta have a mortgage, and they gotta have a bank account, and they gotta have responsibility. And once you enter into the system, you lose a bit of freedom. Even if you think you're free, you're not free, because many souls right now want to leave the system. I see they're leaving behind this, and this is crumbling down like it's a sandcastle, and now it's time for the sandcastle to crumble down. And from scratch we are building, now I see aliens and humans, we are building a society that is fair, and that is where people are seen for their gifts. So they're showing me new school systems where an individual is being assessed for their strength and gift, and they're showing me that everything is on a small scale. Every village or community grows their own food, and everything is like clean water, clean food, but also the freedom to have fun. So you don't have to have a job you hate and get a stupid wage. You have fun and you help each other. That means you could spend the day at the beach, but you wouldn't be poor, because it's more like an exchange. Like, your neighbors will give you something and you will give your neighbors something else in return. It's a more social way and a fair trade way. And then they show me that the people, Aboriginal people, this is why also Australia is important for me to learn from them. They show me how their society was just phenomenal, and they use the word phenomenal because it was so harmonious. It had so much happiness. So when the women and children and men were laughing, the laughter is like the gift from the soul, and I can see that the laughter goes out in the universe, and it's like little bells. Every laughter has a vibration that is like perfect. Like, this is like what you call heaven on earth is the laughter. So every laughter has a little resonance or a little a perfect chime. Like, I see laughter as chime, and that laughter from the Aboriginal tribes, with the way of the harmonious way how they were living and always moving on and being respectful to the environment and taking care of the land, their mother, that it created around them so much love, and that was contagious. And this is exactly what we're heading for. We're heading for cities and people in a bubble of love, where love takes over. And right now we're not at all on planet Earth in that vibration, because we're in the fear with war and everything's dark, and we are stuck and trapped with these little strings. But the souls that have already gone from first wave, second wave, they are so strong energetically that they've already found the freedom inside themselves, and often they have changed their life completely and rapidly over a few months. They've had the courage to completely change, and they are coming out of this heavy energy, and they're going out into space almost. It's like they communicate with the other alien species, and their souls are like very light and golden, and they almost come out of the planet Earth's shield, and they are so connected out there that all this love and high energy comes back into Earth, and that's where the shift will happen. That when we have enough of these souls, when it will be like tilting, there'll be like a tilt. They show me it's like if you put a lot of water in a glass, all of a sudden it will tilt. Or they show me a scale with two different types of weight, and all of a sudden it tilts. And they say it's just a matter of time. Maybe 2026 or 2027, there'll be more souls of love that escape the network and go out and spread back the love and change everything from within, and that's when it will tilt. And this is what, they're talking about Dolores Cannon, I don't know why, but this is what they say. Dolores Cannon was saying it's the new Earth. She was mentioning that it's like two Earth. I can see an old one, I can see a new one that is very light, and it's like a newer version. It's like if something is born and it leaves the old Earth and it comes out, it pops out, and it's so beautiful. And it is what they can call, some people call heaven on earth. It's like when the simulation is over. We have lived in a heavy simulation for too long. Can I ask why did we have to experience this? Why did we have to experience a simulation? They say it's a long story. They show me a huge amount of spaceships, but they're huge and everywhere. And I think the Earth, what I understand is that the Earth wasn't meant to be so heavy in a negative way. I think those ships or whatever, is it another alien species? They say yes, we're another alien species. Some species, one or two, I don't know, from out of space came, and they transformed something, or I don't know if they wanted to put humankind in slavery. I can't understand, but I see that this is when the heaviness started. The heaviness started around the Middle Age. At one point. Before it was more tribes and it was more survival mode, but it was more balanced. Then I see this massive spaceships and something became unbalanced, but they didn't succeed. They didn't succeed. So maybe they wanted to transform the human species into something really dark, but they didn't succeed because the core essence of every soul is just love. So you cannot kill love. Love is the strongest force. So they did try in many ways. They did try hard to suffocate the humankind, maybe put them into slavery. I don't know what they tried to do. It's very dark, but the human nature is stronger, and they say that when we sleep, we always connect. So even in those dark days, Middle Age was heavy and dark and a bit barbarian. Even then, it's impossible to destroy the humankind, because our souls are just from the source, and the source is pure love, and you can't destroy pure love. So whatever the burden was, or the conflict, there is always hope, and there is always light, and light always wins, and love always wins. And now they're talking to me about the body being also a healing machine. And they say, have you noticed that while we are talking, you've had waves in your around your hip area and your lower? I said, yeah, I have noticed. It's like contraction. It's like if you give birth to a child, so it hurts and then it goes away. It hurts and goes away. They say, oh, now the lift is at level 6. So level 6 is just above my belly button, and it's still the lift. This orange radio station is moving, and it's still orange. It's still bright orange, but it's now positioned here. They say yes, because while we are talking, we are doing some kind of, we are putting our energy into you, and it hurts at times because you have been in denial, because you're a stubborn soul. they say that they really love me, but oh gosh, I'm a stubborn soul. They say, they've tried to talk to me in my sleep. We've had so many conversations. I've been to their council a lot, so they're always in the shape of a sphere, and they all talk at the same time. Every one of them has their own mind, but they take the information of the let's say it's like a democracy. So they all have their own mind, but the most the information that is shared by the most beings in that council is the information that will be passed on to me. But this is so rapid. This is phenomenal. This is like of wave light. So it's the speed of light. So when they talk, it's so fast. The telepathic way is so fast. They need to slow it down a lot for me to be able to speak. They say we are on such a heavy density. We are like newborn children who try to make a sound like we are so slow, but we are so beautiful as well. But so they're trying to explain that I've been so stubborn. I didn't want to let go of my 3D. This is why I've had all this pain, because I kept telling them I love what I know. I'm happy in my comfort zone. I don't want to jump into the unknown. I'm scared. I'm like a child, actually. I need to be reassured by them. I said, no, I even though my job maybe is not good for me or won't be good for me soon, I want to stay because I've got my salary and I know my colleagues and I know what I'm doing. Should we go move somewhere out of Queensland? Yeah, but I want to stay somehow because I know the heat and I love the summer and I know my house and so it's always a discussion I'm having with them. And so they say I've misaligned my yin and yang. So they say my right hand side is completely misaligned from my left. And the insole's going to help me, but it takes up to 6 months with me because, gosh, I am stubborn. So even with my inner souls, I try to use my right more, but they have said lately, have you noticed that you've been using your left? When you walk, you use your left hand side more? And I said, yes, I have noticed, but only last week. It took me a while to notice. And even though I try to force it and use my right again, can I ask, why do I need to use my right so much? It's still, I've been female for many, many lifetimes, and I want to keep my female side intact. So I thought, it's much easier to use the right hand side of my body, which is my masculine side. Oh, let's get rid of the masculine. Yet let's use this one and keep the other one intact, which is wrong because it can give knee problems and hip problems and back problems. They say my mother has done exactly the same. This is why she ended up with a knee replacement that didn't go really well. So she said, for me, it's a chance. It's a second chance they are giving me to realign my body and keep the inner souls forever, as long as I'm aging, because it will always remind me every time I put my shoes on that everything in life is with moderation and balance. You cannot go into extremes, and I've got a tendency to go into extremes, like, oh, I'm so happy, or oh, I'm so sad, oh, I'm so this, oh, I found a miracle cure, and they say, this is not good, I need to find the right balance. And now they're showing me what to eat. So they say I can have wheat again, because for a while I didn't eat wheat. They say everything in moderation. The oils are important, like good sourced oil, like MCT oils or omega oils. It's the foundation for the body. They say olive oil. They say that everything's pretty balanced. Now they want to give me a scan in my body. So now my gemstone, my radio station is at level 8. I'll see how far it goes, because they had said level 33, but if I'm up here, and they said, don't use your brain, just trust us. So it doesn't matter that level 8 is here in my stomach, actually.
It's just an analogy.
And they say, it's good that we start the scan while it's in your stomach, so you can digest the scan. So, they start with the feet, and they say the feet were misaligned to the right-hand side, and now it's starting to be much better. It'll need a little bit more time, maybe 2 months to be totally aligned. And then I will really feel like a new person. And feel also maybe younger somehow. The feet, it's the like roots. It's a very important organ, and it's an important part of the body. And many people ignore their feet. It's a shame. It can a hot bath, or you can with mud, or you can place things under your feet, the sole of your feet, and you will cleanse any problem in the body, like viruses and flus. So you can put essential oils drops. So feet are important. Now they say the legs are fine, the knees are fine, but I had a tendency lately to have a little bit of a sore knee to my right knee, because I was using my right hand side so much, but that's already been fixed since I've been using the inner soul. They show me the legs are fine. They show me that the bladder needs to be exercised a bit when you get older as a woman. So that part I can do exercises. They show me so where the radio frequency was on the sacrum, now they've installed with those white beams of light, they've installed something new called it's a golden energy. It's something to do with Kundalini. So it's it's golden, a bit orange, and they say this is very important that these new things, let's call it Kundalini, I don't know, but it is important for my new self, because I'm going to be a new self, I'm reborn somehow. This is what will help me rejoice or heal the 3D part of my body to the 5D part. It will be like, in a way, like a magnet that will always allow the flow of energy that to circulate freely and stop the leakage of the energy I was losing there around the waist. The energy was escaping. So they showed me that this is like a fissure or a gap, like in between a wall. You could have like a fissure in a wall. So they are healing, they are closing this fissure, so that, or this gap or misalignment, they call it misalignment, so that the energy that I was losing can actually now come back to my body like it should be. And this, they say, is magical because I'll have so much more energy. So my new energy will be so strong, it will be flowing the right way, it will be going into my arms and fingers and my head and my heart and all my organs. And I should always have the gratitude for this new energy, because this is a second chance. This is the energy from Arcturians, who are a Starseed friends. They're a group of friends with Arya. And I will ask them, why couldn't the group of Arya heal me? They say Arya group is a very spiritual group. It's an energy of love, but they cannot be an energy of healers. So they contact us to help heal the humans, because they say, oh, we've been contacting you this year, even last year, even the year before, or since 2022, but it's with some even before. But they've been contacting us a lot. Like, they've been coming. As soon as there is a soul that is starting to open up, they come. They come. Some souls don't even know they've got the Arcturians around, but they can feel a presence. With me, they've been coming a lot, but when my energy level, my frequency is low, they can hardly pass on a message. So they're very happy that right now it's open up. And so they say that this new Sacrum Kundalini is a reminder for me for the rest of my life. So it will be like a blessing that this is our first contact. Today is our first contact, but this is the first contact that will happen, and it will last for a very, very, very long time. This will last. So now these Arcturians are like my second family in a way. They are almost like a spiritual family. But I can ask them, can I still go and meet the archangels, because I love my archangels. And they say yes, everything is perfect. It's just that different groups come at different moments when the soul is ready. And my soul was very scared of the unknown. Like, I wasn't scared of religious belief, and archangel and angels, it was quite acceptable for me, because it was still in my comfort zone of what I could understand or trust. But if they had talked to me a few years ago, I would have been petrified, because I was very scared of aliens. I wasn't ready. I even tried to believe that they didn't exist. But can I ask, so are human beings, Arcturians, hidden in a human form? It can be. Some can be hidden in the human form, and they come and go like magic, and they come and go to help people in distress. And they say, I have met one. I know exactly when. I didn't expect to meet an Arcturian, but I have. It was in Switzerland. This man with piercing eyes came to my front door. and he was all in black with just piercing eyes, and he asked me for an address, and I had no idea how to guide him. I didn't know what he was looking for. I didn't even know the address. I just said, this is not here, you're at the wrong place. And as soon as I turned around, he was gone. So his car didn't even drive down the driveway, and I was shocked. And I've had this person on my mind for many years now, thinking I knew that he was like an angel or an Arcturian, but I didn't know, why did that person visit me? All right. They say that was the first seed. So they say Arcturians plant seeds and in humans. And then when they say I'm a child from an Arcturian seed. Okay, I don't know how it works, but when I reach a certain level of maturity or open mind, they make a quick visit, like this Arcturian that visited me in Switzerland, and they pass on a message. It's like third eye to third eye. It's like a telepathic thing. I mean, it needs to be very short, but this is why there is a meeting, like a greeting, and this is why I met this Arcturian very shortly, because it didn't make any sense to me. But it wasn't to give me relief, because I wasn't going through pain then. It was just to pass me a telepathic message in my third eye. And they say we're going to get your third eye a bit later on. But now we are at level 10, so it's gone up a fair bit. Mm-hmm. So 10 is the heart chakra. So far they say kidneys are good, liver is good. Liver's really good, much better than it was. Stomach's good, bowel's good. Some heavy metal residue maybe in the bowels. So they say, you should have this spirulina extract, and don't be scared to take 4 a day just for a week. It works like a sponge, and it will take the heavy metal with it and just excrete the heavy metal. Heavy metals are everywhere, and it's also planned by these dark forces because heavy metals doesn't allow us to actually elevate ourselves. It keeps us in this, what they call simulation. I don't know what they mean, but there's heavy metals that are everywhere, and the pollution, this is what we must get rid of to elevate and go to the 5D. And also they explain now that there is this gap also at my waistline. It's because I didn't want to let go of the past, but also there is where the heavy metal can stagnate, is that often it stagnates in the lower organs, and it keeps people in heavy, it makes them feel very heavy. As they explain that my heart and my lungs are very healthy, and somehow that allowed me to go already with the top of my body to 5D. And now they say the heart. Let's look at the heart. So the heart, they say last time they had an analogy, but it wasn't them giving me the message. It was 2 archangels, Raphael and Michael, and they were talking about the full moon is an open heart, and they were talking about the effect of the impact of the full moon on humans. They become a bit mad or emotional, or they can't sleep, or they're a bit energetically they're shaken, they're a bit nervous, and a lot of things happens every full moon. It's like we connect to the source without noticing, and we sometimes may not like what we see, because it's like looking into the mirror again. So they say my heart now is the full moon. Sometimes it's got patches of darkness that comes like a 20% dark moon, but they say, oh, the job there has been good. It's been good because the heart is really in the right place. Now they want to talk to me about this girl at work, because they say, oh gosh, there is a link here. So they show me when I don't feel well, when I feel negative, when I can feel those negative feelings, they show me that my heart gets a shadow. Yeah. And they show me that this 20% shadow, sometimes it goes very quickly to 40%, 30%, but for a while it hasn't gone more than that. So they say, oh, good job on the heart. But like they show me the shadow, and now they're giving me an umbilical cord from the shadow of my heart, so the heart that is closed off, and the umbilical cord is going to this girl at work, and they show me that her heart is 80% dark and only 20% light. So what I see in her is a reflection of what I don't like to see in myself. So it triggers me, because on the other hand, I can see her potential that she hasn't explored. And I wanted to help her because she's a troubled soul. But she's fragile. At the same time, I see her a bit like a mother would see a child. So I tried so hard, but nothing's coming back, because somehow there is something in me that she doesn't like. Maybe she looks into the mirror of what she doesn't like to see, and she sees me. And I look at her and I see what I don't like to see, and I see myself. So they explain that we are mirroring each other in a way that is, we try, but we don't get there. Physically, we look a bit different and similar. Physically, we look a bit similar, so we have things in common. The fact that she has Dutch and Polish heritage, and there is a similarity, but she's been growing up in a family that is harsh and very fearful of what's outside Queensland, so that couldn't have worked with me because I'm from outside Queensland. Also, her thought patterns, the way she thinks is extremely limited. It's like she's so scared to open up her thought patterns and open up to the world. She lives in a bubble that is tiny, tiny. It's only about her children and the food she's going to cook. It's so limited. And I'm what they call it international. It's more than international. They call me a universal soul. So that means I've come here to travel. I've come here to experience life with different people, different cultures, different languages. And I've helped others sometimes through being who I am. But I have a lot of difficulty accepting that not every soul has the same program as me. Some souls decide to be in a clique, let's say, in a clique, and they don't want to travel, and they don't want to know about the outside world, and they don't want to open up. And this is what's been so conflicting here in Queensland for me. It's like I hit a wall, yeah, they say. But they say this is about to end. So yeah, and sometimes the good lesson in that is that I cannot change other people. I can try, it won't work. I need to accept that everyone's the way they are, and all I can do is send love. I cannot change other people. If they don't want to improve, if they don't want to learn, if they're not interested, it's their journey. And as I am a stubborn soul, they have put me in an environment where, wow, it was heavy, it was difficult, and it took me years to understand that I cannot change the way they think. And that's okay, because everyone is beautiful on the inside, but some people show sides of them that are very, they show me like a veil. Okay, so some people show sides of them that are not their true self. It's like a mask. Okay, some people show a mask. They're playing a role. They're a puppet. They're playing their role in the simulation. They don't want to get out of the Okay, they say some people like this simulation. Some people love it. Because they came for other purposes. So some people are not starseed. Some people are born with from a different. Some people are born from these dark starships that I was mentioning that came to Earth in the Middle Ages. Some souls are born from that energy and they create chaos, and they love war and they love conflict, and they show me like a animal eating raw flesh and opening up a wound. So they just love the evil. They say they love the evil energy. So some people are meant to stay in that energy, but they will not cross over. So they show me a cross. They will not cross over to the new earth because their energy is so heavy. So at one stage they will suffer because they will feel like they're losing control. They will feel like they're losing, but they will not change because it's not in their program. So they will not go to new earth. They will stay in a realm of what's heavy and what's dense and I don't know where they'll end up, but it's not our problem. They will stay where they are. It's like non-evolution. And they show me 80% will 70%. Oh, they say no, we can't say because everything changes at every second. So they cannot give a number of people, a percentage of people who will go to the new earth, because it's all to do with soul contracts and things can be changed at any time, any second, because nothing is fixed. Everything is energy, flow of energy, and energy changes every second. Some psychics have predicted Third World War. There is no such thing as a prediction because everything changes every second, and it's the outcome of what's going to happen is to do with the percentage, how the minds work, and what wins is it's like a percentage, is like a, if the energy is good, good will win. If the energy is bad, bad will. But good will always win. And but I'm asking them, so if nothing is fixed, why did I see this civil war in America? If nothing is fixed. Oh, there are events that come because they help the evolution of mankind. So they showed me that the civil war or the conflict will, in the long term, help evolution of mankind because it will be like a wake-up call. So some events are planned. It's like it's set in stone. Some events are planned to help us. But the outcome, we never know the outcome. But we can give you a glimpse of some events, and the climate being a bit strange, that's part of this. It's to wake up most of us. It's a wake-up call, even though some people don't want to see it. Everyone knows that strange things are happening right now. Everyone feels that strange new energy is coming to us. But some people are dormant and they will not wake up. Anyway, now they say the heart's good. Let's go to the throat. And now they call the throat number 15. So this is number 15, and they are telling you already and telling me that when we get to the top aura, this will be the end of the session, so that we can be prepared for that already. So we are preparing ourselves to end this session. 15, I see chains. I see chains, so that's when I was in chain I can see that my skin's really black. And Cape Verde, it's an island that was a Portuguese island, and it's got a lot of migration from Africa. Many people in Cape Verde are black. We are talking in the old days where wooden boats were on the water, and there were a lot of battleships, and those slaves were captured, and they had I had a tattoo here on my left hand. So I hate tattoos because it's traumatic for me. I had a tattoo with letters, so I think it's 87882110. That's my imprint, that I was a slave for life by the royal, I don't know if it's the Portuguese fleet or Spanish. Anyway, I am in chain, and my hands and my feet, and all I do all day long is row those big underneath the boat, a rower, and it's all smelly, and there is not much oxygen because the windows are half open, and I'm rowing, and I feel like I have absolutely no freedom. It's a hell of a life, but there is a cannonball that comes, or there is an attack unpredicted. We hear lots of screaming on the deck, and something happened. The boat starts rolling, and the infiltration of water. The water comes, and we are on the deck, so we suffocate to death, and it's a painful death. We drown, and since then, the fact that I was a slave who couldn't speak my truth, and I couldn't express myself, or we got whipped, and then I drown on top of that, so the water comes to your lungs and you can't even make a sound. So it's like a double stigma. It's like a double shock for the body. And since then I've had problems with expressing things. I'm scared to tell things because I'm scared that there'll be a consequence, that I'll be beaten up as a slave, or that's why often when I was young I had sore throat. I had a lot of sore throat. It's there. They show me that this past life residue is that little black dot. Again, they're gonna put light in it, and also the amygdala, they were removed from when I was a child because I wanted all this. Well, that's what they used to do, but also it's a symbol that I wanted all this trauma from the throat chakra to be gone and to be liberated. But they say my glands there have been growing a little bit, which is good because we need those glands because they're good for the immune system. They help a lot with a good immune system, and too many children had their amygdala glands removed. Anyway, they say all will be at peace because now they're installing light. It's like orange gold, and they say the little cold I've had will be cleared up within 24 hours. That will be old story, and it was important for me to experience this little cold before I saw you, because it's a problem that had been coming for too long. And they said from now on, because of my energy flow being so natural, I should be immune to viruses and bacteria, because when the energy flows like love, like a river, and everything is balanced, the human body is a perfect machine. They say the human body should never suffer any pain or any trauma, because the human body is just pure love and pure energy. And if everything is that well, can I ask them about my job? I need to ask them about my job, because I was talking about harmony.
Yeah, definitely.
When they say that by term 1 next year, there is something big happening. So either I stay there once a day, or once a week, or not even, or maybe I just leave. I don't know, but I'll finish the big job by Christmas. They say that either I'm studying, or I'm seeing a pen, I'm doing things. It will be so obvious. They said what I need to do will come, and it will be crystal clear, because when something is meant to be, you don't have to look for it. It just comes to you, and you see it in front of your eyes, and you say, yes, that's what I'm supposed to do. So they're not telling me if it's another job, or going back to study, or something to help me for later on with the healing hands, because I don't know if there'll be schools for that, or what sort of degree you must have. But they say this is not in my hands, it's in theirs, because the purpose I'm supposed to fulfill is now coming. It is starting now. So they are me and I am them. So from now on, everything will be synchronicity. And they say, have you noticed that lately all the numbers you've seen are just aligned? Like I see a 1111, I see a 444, a 333, 222, and that's all I've been seeing. And I say, oh yeah, I was wondering what this was, because that's been very, very odd. And they said, this is us. This is us at all times, showing you that from now on, every action, every step, it's just synchronicity to help you do what's supposed to be done, because we need all of these souls right now. It's very serious right now, because this is time. There is no more waiting, and there is no more dreaming, or there is no more questioning how will I, how, when, and financially, and my job, and this is now happening. So there is no more questioning, and we had signed this contract, this soul contract, and we knew exactly what we were coming for. And they showed me this beam coming in, the lights, and they say, you know it, you've always known it. Now is the time, because now is the change, and it's happening now. And they say, ooh, September and October might be very shaky months. They say, ooh, lots is happening, lots, and people will suffer, not everyone, but some. But they say, you are grounded now, because you've been liberating today what needed to be liberated. And it's the perfect time, it's a perfect day, it's a perfect hour. And they say, can you feel that? Your lower belts, all that is fine. I say, oh yeah, I can feel it now. It's just wonderfully relaxed. Like I hadn't felt that part of my body being so relaxed for a long, long time. And they say that they know I had suffered, but that suffering was useful, because from now on, the suffering will be gone. They say it takes up to 3 days in the human form. The healing that is sent takes a while in the human form. But they say, what I understand is I can let go. There is no more control. There is no more fear, thinking, oh, what if I've been sent to Earth to suffer chronic pain. there is no such thing as chronic pain. They say, oh, chronic pain for you has been something you've held on to because your life, many lives you've had here, many life cycles have been difficult. You've either have lost your house, or people have taken your land, or you've experienced injustice, or you've been cursed. Monks and religious nuns have not been nice to you. You've had many lives with religion that they have been negative. You've always been quite happy with your partner and your children. That's been the highlight of your life. But you've been poor, you've been hurt, you've been a prisoner, you've been a slave, you've been a servant, and all these memories have been stored, and then they say, yes, some of these heavy memories have been placed in your lower back because it's a symbol of the burden of life. We often say we carry the burden of life, so we carry it like a mule. So you felt stuck lately because you couldn't contact the Arcturians, you didn't know where to go, you didn't know where to move, and with your job or Queensland, and you've carried the burden on your lower hips. But the burdens is now gone, and also it was our channeling that was misplaced. That's giving you the pain, and it was your misalignment with your right hand side. That is now yin and yang, feminine and masculine is now harmonious. And it was also that black dot from the Swiss healer that had left an imprint there. It was time to clean that, because all the dark spells from the past needed to be cleaned in the early 2024 for you, because you're at the end of the second wave, and we do not enter the 5D with heaviness. We do not enter the higher communication with the Arcturians, or becoming a healer, or fulfilling your life purpose if you have residues. So we're going to help you also get rid of all the old residues and heaviness, and a bit of heavy metal that is left in you will be gone. And now we have a contract with you also to communicate at night when you sleep. You'll be coming and visiting us all the time, because you will be part of our council. You'll be communicating with us telepathically as well. But during the day, we will communicate with you. So we will start while you walk, and then we can access you more and more as it goes, but that will be step by step. But the canal, the channeling is open, like you are like a radio station, and now it's open. We just need to bring the orange light now to your third eye, because we're almost about to finish. So throat chakra is liberated, that one past life is liberated. Now, third eye is wonderful, but gosh, you have had a life as a witch, and that was black magic. So that's when you experience the dark side of the coin, and that left also a residue in your third eye. So that means you can open up so much more. You have so much more potential to become psychic, or to hear and feel and connect with us. But this little residue from bad black witchery or black spells that you spend one life with your sister and mother, this is why the relationship with them has always been conflicted. You were the three of you dark witches, and you had so much power, but you used it in such a bad way. You used it against people to put dark spells. You should have used it as white magic, as love. So So now we need to give us a kind of forgiveness. So we just need to say, you need to say, I'm sorry for this life. I didn't know what I was doing, and please forgive me. Forgiveness granted. So they say, now this black dot, like at the back of my tailbone and here, same black dots, these are heavy residues from past. This is now changing, this is now being filled with light. So I can feel a lot of warm white light and orange light. And this third eye is like a gem. It's like, they say, the Hindus, they are very connected, and they mark the forehead with this gem. Often it's red, ruby. Sometimes it's white or black. It depends if they're married or not married. Or it represents certain parts of their society. But you love the gem, but you had been hiding it because you had not used it as you should have. Now this is all healed. So I can see from my third eye, it's all shining across this room. It's like energy, and it's pure and white and pinkish. And it goes really, really far away. It can cross through the earth plane, it can go anywhere I want. And it goes in all directions like that, like a sunshine. It's beautiful, and I'm very grateful for this gift, and I'm going to take good care of it. This gift, we allow my radio channel to open up completely and make it fluid. It's like fluid. And now, this is all of a sudden level 22. I don't know why, but it seems like when you go on the top of the pyramid, the numbers don't matter. It goes, it starts like very slowly, and you go 1, 2, 3 like the humans do. But now we are not in the human world anymore. We are now reaching the Arcturians, and their way of thinking is beyond what we can imagine, and they love symbols. They show me Omega and all sorts of prints that you could see inside some pyramids. There are some prints of Arcturians that have never been discovered, but one day will be discovered. And it's like a writing from alien species that is so precise. And I see the writing, and it's amazing. I don't understand any of it, but this, why is this right? Why is this so important? It's the total knowledge of the universe. It's almost like the knowledge. When people have NDA, they go through a tunnel of light. Some people don't. Some people take elevators. Some people go straight to heaven. Some people see their loved ones. Some people travel to another universes or many other universes. Some people get images of the visions of the future. Some people, so NDAs are like it's a lot of variety. You can't say there is one way, but people who go through NDA, all of them, they gather the total knowledge. And that's what happens when you go back to the source. When you are the source, you are knowledge, and you are love, and you are energy, and you just are. And when you are, you don't need anything. It's the most blissful thing to experience. It's to be. And they show me all these scripts on the wall. It's because all of these imprints is total knowledge. And they say, one day all of us will have the total knowledge, but not for many, many, many hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. Because even after the 5D, we're still an evolving species who are here to experiment, but we will experiment as human in a harmonious way. It's like we will live in the world we have dreamt of. It's the harmony with Mother Gaia. It's live like the indigenous people of Australia used to, in harmony with the planet, in harmony with others. There is no such thing as not being equal. Everyone will be equal. No one will be dominant. There'll be no more war. There'll be no pollution. There'll be no more illness. Everything will be as it was supposed to be by the Creator, which the Creator is the creator of all the sources. And those planets, Arcturian is a speck. It's like a grain of sand on the beach. You cannot, with your human brain, understand the grandiosity of the universe. Nobody can, but you will understand when you return to the source, which is not for you for many, many, many years, because you will live to a very old age, something like 92. You will live a very, very long life. And this is important because you have this mission to fulfill and to spread the joy. And don't forget the laughter. Think of the indigenous people. The laughter is the gift. The laughter is contagious. The laughter and the love is everything. Now, I've gone, this is heal. This is heal, the third eye, and now we are going to the top of the aura, and this is level 33. So funny enough, they were right for this is 33. This is an important number. It's the number of creation, but twice. You create in your inner self and you create in your outer self. You are, and that's the most important, you are. And what comes from within goes out. But then you cannot just be, because you are a human. You create. Creating is the one thing that planet Earth has that we don't have. Other planets have some kind of creation, but planet Earth is one of the top one. It's one of the top one for creation and the senses. All the senses we experience here with the density, which is not always easy because density is not fun sometimes, but it is a blessing to be able to create. And creation and art and music and speaking words and touching others and feeling and seeing colors and feeling the breeze and walking and connecting with nature and smelling all those beautiful smells. They say the rose is one of the flower with the highest energy. If I see a rose, or I could buy some roses, this is the rose, the energy that goes straight to the divine. The roses are very important for some reason. But all plants are equal. All plants have a purpose. Do not forget that you are all one, you're all equal, and do not go into hatred and criticism, and do not judge harshly, because when you see others, don't see like what you see toddlers. They were just born. See them as they were just born. They are learning. They don't know any better. They haven't gone to this evolution that some of you have gone through. They might have just a few cycles on Earth, or even none. They might have problems and trauma. Do not judge, but instead send love with your heart that is like a full moon. Try that. You will see it works. If someone hurts your feeling, if someone's mean, try to send love, and you will see it works. Something in the energy will shift straight away, because they will feel it. Because even these people are very smart. Every human being is very connected. Even the ones who think they are not, they can feel energy. They can feel it at all times. So try to do that. Try to help. And if it's too much for you, if you are overwhelmed, if you are sad, just go back to nature. Nature will give you what you need within a few minutes. Nature is the biggest healer. Nature is the image of God. God is everything. Then we've got all these species all around you, and all these planets and all these infinite universes, and everything is just a miracle. The miracle of life and creation. And now we are ready to say goodbye for now. But you can connect with us because now we are showing you the flow. It goes from your right foot, it goes up, it comes to the top of your chakra, it goes down, that's it, and it goes again. That's what it does. The flow of energy is so gentle and it circulates freely, and you have no more of the dark spots, no more. It's all gone, it's all cleaned, your organs are perfect, you are perfect, and you are loved. And we thank everyone for this session today. And this is how it should be. And your aura goes from the top of your head, and you can spread your wings, and then it goes down a bit, and it goes up to the root. Under your feet, you have roots. And never forget that everything is aligned in 5D. Your feet and your hips and your legs are 5D as well. From now on, this Kundalini made of gold will always remind you of us, how today we first met, and how we'll be collaborating for a very, very, very long time to come. And that's it, I think.
Thank you, Arcturians.
I feel like I've been put in a washing machine.